Today is August 14th, 2026, and it's currently 9:53. My shift at Whataburger, I don't know if you guys can see that, starts at 10. I'm just doing a little video because, well, I'm working towards something that means a lot to me. I'm trying to get to Japan. So, it's just a 3-hour shift. It's just going to be 10 to 12, 10 to 12, 10, 10, 11, 12. I don't know. And long story short, it's nothing crazy. I usually get 6 hours. I was supposed to work 30 hours this week, but I was cut down to 18. Taking this shift brought it back up to 20. So next week I am for 18 as well. But as I said, I'm working because I want to get to Japan. It'll be for travel, well, for pleasure, I suppose. But I'm also planning to apply for the JET program, and I also want to take the JLPT again because I took it last year. Took JLPT N4, missed it by 5 points, but I want to retry and hopefully pass this time. And that's pretty much it. This is just to serve as a little memento, a look back for what the future may or may not hold. Okay, so it is currently August 15th. I'm back at Whataburger after my shift last night, the 10 to 12, just a little shift. Now we're back for 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. It is currently 1:58, so I'm recording this before I go in. I'm trying to think of something quick to say, but I'm gonna try and make this a little project that I work on the weekend. I'll be just like editing together clips and trying to make a video documenting myself going to Japan. I have the first week of school off, and then I have the last week of September off. I took those off intentionally, one school to get accustomed to it, and then the last week to have like a break because it would be my first time working and going to school. And as I was saying to myself as I was driving, October is really going to be the month where it's like I'll have to save as much as I can to try and, get through and get to my goal. So that's all that's going on now. I'll talk to you guys later. So my idea for these videos is to really just, it's a vlog, yeah, but I'm also going to be sort of like narrating over since I don't think I'm going to have too much time to like articulate what I'm doing while I'm making the video. So, mom made pancakes. I just got off my shift, came home, took a cold shower because I do that to like lock myself in where it's like, okay, I gotta study, I gotta get out, I gotta save money. When I'm taking the cold shower, that's what I'm repeating in my head like the entire time. Like, get out, get out, get out. Because when I started this job, obviously I want to work, but I was not feeling this job at all at Whataburger. If that gets me fired sometime, as my friend would say, chalk it up to the game. But my mom made pancakes, so had to enjoy those, especially because I'm cutting right now. I don't know if you can tell by like my side profile. You see the biceps. Hopefully you can see the forearms too. Forearms are coming in as well. But yeah, mom made pancakes, so I had to enjoy them. And currently, I'm pretty sure I was like looking through Shinkansen Master Bunpo just for some of the grammar points. Hopefully I wasn't just like doom scrolling on social media. I really don't remember. But as you can see, I'm opening up the book, and for this section, we're dealing with yori hodomasen, yori no ho to todochira. Yeah. So it's grammar, because grammar is the thing that I need the most for the JLPT. In terms of like my vocab, kanji, that's fine, but grammar is where a lot of the points that I missed came from. So yeah, so those are the grammar points that we're going to be going over. Well, not we, but that I was going over. I didn't particularly have too much of a hard time with, for example, yori no ho, because we've done that in my Japanese class in college. I didn't have a problem with that. To dochira or to todochira, I didn't have a problem with that as well, because that's pretty self-explanatory. The only one I had some bit of an issue with is yori and hodo. The only reason being, yori is sort of self-explanatory, but I was just having a difficult time trying to understand hodo. So I spent I don't want to say like the first moment, but I was writing out one of the example sentences, and I'll read it here aloud. So you have A-san and B-san, so person A, person B. A-san, この町は今は賑やかですが、昔はどうでしたか？昔は、oh, this is B-san. B-san, 昔は今ほど賑やかではありませんでしたよ. So essentially, hodo, which is the key grammar point. I'll read the explanation from the textbook. Yori and hodo are used to express the extent of something forming a topic by comparison with something else. The superlative is expressed through the format interrogative plus yori. With negative comparisons, use the form hodo masen. So the translation for the first sentence that I read is, this town is pretty busy, right? I wonder how was it, in the past? And this person says, in the past, it wasn't as busy as it is now. And it's really just trying to understand. It's like, I was trying to understand, is he saying it's busier now than it was in the past, or it was busier in the past than it is now? You know what I mean? And if my understanding is correct, it's that it was busier in the past than it was now. 昔は今ほどにぎやかではありませんでしたよ. So that's what I was writing out. And currently, you see that I'm writing in my in my notebook, because I'm taking the Renshu 1. So that's the first practice section. So, we're obviously using the grammar points we learned, yori, hodo, noho, dochira, and dochira mo. Which that's just a variation of the grammar point that I had read before. Not the yori hodo, but a different one. In this particular section, I didn't have too much trouble. As you'll see in this video, I got all but one correct. It was number 6. Number 6 is the one that tripped me up. But as I was doing this, I was reading out the sentences aloud, not only to help practice with reading, but also I feel like I could gain a bit better understanding if I'm reading it out loud, if that makes sense, compared to just in my head, to see what it sounds right, because that's the most important thing, especially I'd say even like regardless of your language, like does it sound correct, more so than like, can you read it in the textbook and identify it to be correct, if that makes sense. I have not done Renshu 2 yet, not because I can't do it, but because, I also have to take time to edit the video, so I'll be doing that. And just for clarification, as I went to check on Hodo, it is specifically saying that this town is busy. I wonder how it was in the past, and the town was not as busy as it was now, or as busy as it is now, just for clarification. When I got off work, I decided I would stop by the bank. I have a finance background, so essentially in the envelope method, you divide out, your wants, your needs, your savings, and you can only use what's in that. But for me, that also, I suppose, it helps visualize what I have to do, or like keeps things in the forefront. I feel like having an actual physical item that you can look to, go towards, touch, feel, etc. In my wants category, that's like spending that you can spend on whatever you want, going out to eat, a trip, food, whatever, a game, a book, whatever you want. So, I decided, I just made this one, just before I started recording. Let me see. Okay, yeah, the recording is still going. Yes. Nihon no ryoko. So, Japan trip, or Japan's trip, maybe? But, it's implied that it's boku no, or boku no Nihon no ryoko, my Japan trip. So, that's one. This one, I didn't get to write anything on it, actually. Dang. Okay, yeah. Because it's like, I had it, and I wasn't sure if I, wrote it upside down. Like the envelope was, upside down, but the envelope is right side up. Okay, that's good. This one is going to be for Anime Weekend Atlanta. So my friend and I, we're sharing a hotel, and I just decided, obviously I'm going to need some spending money there, because, it's a convention. We're also going to go out to eat and have, we're going to have fun. So, I do need to set a, separate budget for that. So this $10 is going towards Anime Weekend Atlanta. and this $20 is going to Nihon no Ryoko. Okay, for example, recently I got my passport refreshed. I'm not gonna open it because I don't know what sort of sensitive information is in there, but it's like I have it on my desk because it's like I look at it and it's like, dang, you know, I dang, y'all not gonna see this, but I look at it and it's like, I really do have to travel. I have a new fresh passport. I'm the person who refreshed my passport, not my mom, not my dad. It's like it would be criminal to only go to Japan with this passport. So I have to use it. I have to use it until it expires and I have to renew it again. So that's really where I'm at right now. I'm also trying something. I don't know if you noticed, but I have the phone upside down because I heard, that helps or something along those lines. So in this section, I'm going to be doing an Anki study. So Anki is essentially flashcards. If you've looked at like the previous Japanese speaking practice videos that I've done, that's what I'm doing that's what I'm doing currently. I'm just going through my flashcards. And this specifically is a unique case where I had studied ahead the days before. So today I only had, I want to say like 25 cards to do. But I got that completed and I think it was like 17 minutes, somewhere around there. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to study ahead a day. And I believe, what is today? Today is Sunday as of recording. So Monday, on the weekends, I'd give myself like 100 cards. During the week, I give myself 200. So I studied ahead a day and for some reason I had 333 cards. I'm not sure what that was about. So I just did them. And I'm not gonna lie, as I was going through, I wasn't frustrated because of the cards, but you know how, some people say, oh, all the Japanese characters look the same or all the kanji look the same, but there's a few that just like get me, and I'm gonna put them up on screen so you guys can see. And it's not just the fact that they get me, it's the fact that some of their the definitions are practically the same. So it's like, okay, what are we really doing? So Shigeki and Kigen. Yes, Shigeki and Kigen. Those are some of the first two that get me. So we have Yosu, and Yoso. Yeah. Yosu and Yoso. Goodness gracious. As I said, I wasn't like too terribly upset, but it's just a few of these were, being a bit more irritating or annoying than usual. So I don't regret it at all because, the workload is now less going into the future. But that's just something to be wary about or mindful about as I'm going through studying. Okay, so I completed 502 cards today, and that doesn't mean that I like reviewed 502 like cards straight, because the original study, I think it was like 30 something cards. That's because I studied ahead like yesterday or the day before. So if you study ahead, then the cards that you have to do becomes like less. You know what I mean? I'll turn this way. Hopefully the light's better. It becomes less. Today, I had like 30 cards and I was like, I did it in like 7 minutes, which isn't bad. But I was like, I should probably do a bit more because it's like, quality over quantity, yeah. But also the fact like, this is dedicated Japanese practice time. So I did a custom study to study ahead for a day. And that custom study had 333 cards. That's why it says that I studied 502 because you have whatever, few amount of cards I did, but the 333, because it's not like, if you get the card correct, then it's taken out of the current review. But if I have to review it again, it's counted as a card. You get what I mean? So even more so than that, as you can see, my longest streak is 31 days and my current streak is 31 days. This is the start of the year, January 1st. And here we are, what is that? August 16th. Obviously, very clearly was not studying throughout the school year, but I'm gonna try my best, even because it's like I already reached my previous streak. So there's no reason for me to not try and reach like 40 or even 35, because it's like progress is progress at the end of the day. Oh, it's not gonna show my stats, but that's part of the Anki study for today. I also want to do some review with Shinkansen Master N4. or enyon, depending on, you know, if you wanted the Japanese or English pronunciation, just to really familiarize myself with that. In this section, as you can see, I'm playing a game because I'm also taking some time for myself, and I managed to complete Renshu 2 off camera. So the only two questions that trip me up are questions 6 and 7, not 6 and 7, 6 and 8. 1週間の中で何々一番客が多い. So the 何々 is essentially like blank, so I have to fill it in. I incorrectly chose 金曜日の方が一番客が多い. So on Friday there's more customers, when the correct answer is 金曜日が一番客が多い. So it's more so on Friday there's a lot of customers, not in Friday compared to like Monday there's more customers. And for question 8, where is that? Question 8 is a dialogue of sorts. So we have Tomu and Sara, so Tom and Sarah. Tomu, このドラマより昨日のドラマの方が面白かったね. And Sara, そうね、このドラマは何々いいね. So it could be either answer A, 昨日のほど良くないね, or B, 昨日のよりいいね. So 昨日のほど, in comparison to yesterday's, it's not as good, or yesterday's is better, if that makes sense. So I have incorrectly chosen B, 昨日のよりいいね, when the correct answer is 昨日のほど良くないね. So once again, it's just a matter of practicing hodo. So yes, practicing hodo, which that definitely is, I wouldn't say it's giving me a lot of trouble. It's just, once again, understanding how the direction of things is flowing. Especially that's something that I've frequently had to contend with in Japanese. For example, kuru, iku, which is to come and to go. Just understanding that in comparison to like go and come in terms of English. But that's gonna do it for this section, or for this video really, because I have to head out to work shortly, so I'm going to spend the rest of the time editing this video. And I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope to do more little mini vlogs of the JLPT and the JET program. I didn't get to the JET program in this episode, but hopefully for the next episode, whenever that comes out, I'll be able to give you guys some insight as to how I'm planning to apply for the JET program. So if you enjoyed, and stick around, please stick around, like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff, and I'll see you all in the next video.